How's it going, everyone? The new pack is here. Box number 28, Witch's Sorcery, has finally come out, which will include the new form of Dark Magician Girl. So it's extremely exciting when it comes down to these packs, just because we can either create a whole new deck with this box, or we can either implement more cards into our standard deck that we have at the moment. Another positive side to this as well is that we also get 500 extra gems so we can test it all out. So before we check out this new box, let's just collect our 500 coins or gems. Awesome. Alright, so, oh, why? Whoa, hold up. So right here we have a little new clicking box. So let's check out what Witch's Sorcery has on the ultra rare side of it first. So they have the Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knights. So it's a really good card because for those who are using the Dark Magician deck and who have the Eye of Timaeus in their card, in their deck, it actually will help them out with summoning this card. So basically what this card does is that once per turn, during either player's turn, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, then target one face-up card on the field and destroy that target. So it's a really good card when it comes down to trying to run over certain types of monsters who are stronger than what you currently have at the moment. Alright, cool. So let's look at Battles Wap Hama, the Conquering Bow, which is also a decent card because you can either use one of these effects once per turn, which would be if you attack your opponent's monster and inflicts battle damage, the opponent's monster that they currently control lose 1000 attack and defense. Also, at the end of your battle phase, if your opponent has not taken any battle damage this phase, you can inflict 300 damage to your opponent for each Battle Wasp monster in your graveyard. So this card works extremely well versus decks such as the Burn deck or Stall decks who decide to not take any battle damage whatsoever. Also, the fact that you can make your opponent's monsters lose 1000 attack and defense makes it a great card because, again, you can this also can work as a beat stick as well. The Pre-Deplant Chimera Flesia is a really good card in my opinion as well. One Pre-Deplant monster and one dark monster is all it takes to summon this card. So basically, once per turn, you can target one monster on the field with a level less than or equal to this card, then banish it. When an attack is declared involving this card and an opponent's face-up monster, you can activate this effect until the end of this turn. That opponent's monster loses 1000 attack, and if it does, this card gains the 1000 attack once per turn. During the next standby phase, after this card was sent to the graveyard, you can add one polymerization spell card or fusion spell card from your deck to your hand. So it's an extremely useful card, especially, again, when you're trying to run over these strong monsters, as well as trying to get another polymerization or a fusion, such as Fusion Gate. It definitely will work in your favor. The only issue, in my opinion, would be having one Pre-Deplant monster and one dark monster to be able to fusion this monster. Cool. So we have a Witchcrafter Skymetia. So basically this card is also a quick effect monster as well. So you can tribute this card, then discard one spell, then you can special summon one Witchcrafter monster from your deck, except Witchcrafter Skymetia. You can banish this card from your graveyard, send one Witchcrafter from your deck to the graveyard, except for the Skymetia again. And you can use this effect of the Witchcrafters once per turn. So there's a lot of, going in and out of your deck to the graveyard type of stuff in this card. But if you guys are running a Witchcrafter, then, you should definitely run this card. Alright, so we have a Witchcrafter Madame Very. Pretty cool artwork here. So this card basically does is during the damage calculation, if your spellcaster type monster battles an opponent's monster, then, and this is a quick effect, you can reveal any number of spells with different names in your hand, and if you do, your battling monster gains 1000 attack and defense for each card revealed until the end of this turn. Another quick effect, so you can discard one spell, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn. You can only use the effect of Witchcrafter Madame Vere once per turn, so it's an extremely well card. The only issue would be summoning this card because it is a pretty high level monster as well. But as long as you guys are able to summon this card with another Witchcrafter type monsters, this card would definitely be worth it in your deck. I would honestly say maybe have 2 or 3 of them in your deck just so you can be safe. We also have a High Priestess of Prophecy here. You can reveal 3 Spellbook spell cards in your hand, then special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, you can banish 1 Spellbook spell card from your hand or graveyard. Then target 1 card on the field and destroy that target. So it's almost similar to what a Gravekeeper's Descendant would do, but in this case you are discarding a card from your hand using only a spellbook card. We have the Masked Chameleon. It's a reptile, tuner, and also an effect monster. You basically cannot be, this card cannot be normal summon if you control a level 5 or higher monster. When this card is a normal summon, you can target 1 monster with 0 defense in your graveyard, special summon that target in face-up defense position. Its effects are negated. You cannot special summon any other monster except from the extra deck during the turn you activate this card effect. Alright, so it's an okay effect in my opinion. I probably won't be seeing a lot of this card, but if you guys do play this card, let me know how you guys are running it and what cards you guys are using. We have an Evil Eye of Silence, which is a equip spell card, and you can equip only to an Evil Eye monster. It cannot be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. Each time you activate the equip monster's effect, you can activate another Evil Eye spell or trap card. The equipped monster gains 500 attack, and if it does, you lose 500 life points. This card remains even if the card leaves the field. If the card is in your graveyard, you can pay 1000 life points, then banish 1 Evil Eye spell or trap card from your graveyard, except for Evil Eye of Saline. Set this card. You can only use this effect once per turn. And that was a chapter I just read on this card. This is a lot of effect for 1 card, but that's what the game is nowadays. Now, the Spell Book of Wisdom is 1 card that I probably will be seeing a lot with the Dark Magician deck, mainly because my wife uses this card in her deck. So the Spell Book of Wisdom card is a quick play card, so it's going to be extremely useful for those who are playing with the Dark Magicians. So basically what this card does is that you can either use one of these two effects, which is that face-up monster is unaffected by other spell effects this turn. So it's kind of like a what a Forbidden Chalice would do, and then also what a face-up monster is unaffected by a trap card this turn. Yeah, so you just choose which one you want, and then you basically aren't affected by either one of those spell or trap cards. So yeah, cool. So we got a bunch of new secret rare cards. High Sparrow Kendama. We're not gonna go too much into these cards. Medusa, Watcher of the Evil Eye. We have another Witchcrafter Praetori. We have Altergeist Marinator. Let's see, with Primitive Butterfly. And yeah, so let's just keep looking down here, see what else we got, anything interesting. We got Evil Eye Defeat, which is a pretty cool artwork as well. That's probably why I clicked on it. Oh, look at this right here. We have Chorus of Sanctuary, which is a a field spell card, which would increase the defense of all defense position monsters by 500 points. Very useful for those Witchcrafter decks who have really high defense monsters. We also have Spell Calling as a normal card. But yeah, other than that, let me know if you could check what you guys had pulled from this pack. If you guys created a whole new deck, let me know also in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And yeah, so I will catch you guys later. Keep on dueling.